What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 3 different Grayscale trusts, and we're going to talk about Sol strategies for Iceberg, CYFRF at the end of the video. BCHG, LTCN, GBAT are the first 3 Grayscale trusts that we're going to talk about at the request of K. Carvel, and somebody requested GBAT, and I can't remember who it was. I didn't write your name down. I did respond to your comment, but I didn't write your name down, and I'm sorry. We're at 565 now on BCHG. You guys hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. 565 now. You had a nice move up yesterday of about 7.6%. Makes sense. You know, Bitcoin Cash moved up 2%. The day before it moved up 3.6%. You know, so probably had 7% of a move over the last 2 days. BCHG is just playing catch up. It does seem to me like we're just at another one of these lows, right? So likely we do move up from here. How far up do we move is the question. Do we see a lower high? Do we see a higher high? If we see a higher high, are we breaking out? All those questions and more. You know, I do think that there was a lot of capitulation, a lot. You guys, there is so much capitulation that happened here. It's crazy. I genuinely expect, okay, this is, and it might sound ironic, and again, I suspect this is going to age very well probably within the next month. What I'm about to say is that maybe not you, the majority of people in Grayscale are whining, are sad, are depressed, are capitulating because the price has been down here for moments, right? Just for moments, and then it moves up. But it's down here that you guys are whining the loudest. And I'm not saying all of you, and you're right to whine. You have all the. If I was invested, I would hear your reason. I'd not hear it. I'd be whining with you, but I certainly wouldn't sell here, right? Because what's crazy is you might be whining now that the price isn't doing anything, but watch the narrative flip, man. Watch price be up at 20 bucks. Everybody up here is going to say the same thing. Damn it! I wish I bought below $6. How are you so smart to buy below $6, whoever you are, buying below $6? How did you do that? How are you so smart to buy at $11? How did you know to buy there? It's all the way at $20 now. You just got lucky. No, you suffered through it, right? It takes a lot of suffering. It seems easy once you're up here. And that's the thing, man. I think a lot of people that capitulated here, they probably bought in back here, or they bought in, you know, right here. They bought the tops, whatever, and they were expecting an easy move. And it is going to be easy once it comes. But you got to get tested first, right? Nothing in life comes easy. The easy things aren't even worth it to begin with. And sometimes we get lucky. Sometimes we do. I think if you bought here right now, if this is your first taste of investing ever, you're going to experience a little bit of luck, or perfect timing maybe. It's a little bit outside of luck. But I do think, and what I'm beating around the bush to, my friends, my Grayscale friends, you're at 565 now. I think BCHG is about to see the move, guys. I think it's about to see a more bullish move, a bigger weekly candle than you've seen since April of 2024. And it might be this month of January that it comes. But I do certainly suspect that if not by the end of this month, then sometime in February, like this month, January, you're going to start the move that's going to break you out of this zone. Is it going to be by the end of January? I would think so. But if not, then certainly sometime in February you'll break out of this zone. You'll see at the least a standard retracement from a high to a low of this here. You've already reached for the 1618, so I bet you do probably stop there at about 1252 to 1412. You're at 565 now. 1252 to 1412. Sorry if that was such a loud cough there. Minimum target. You're at 565 now. Minimum target. Okay, 1659 to 1963 is a decent middle target, and then your maximum target, man, genuinely, by the end of January, this thing could be all the way up here in this area. It could be at like 37 bucks. It really could be. I mean, I know that might sound crazy. I feel like a broken record, right? But we're all too forgetful of what this thing is, of what this thing does whenever Bitcoin Cash is showing full strength, right? We haven't had that in a long time, so it's easy right now to doubt, to hear me say 37 bucks, this guy's smoking something funny, right? Like it's easy to say that and think that, but we've done it before. We've seen this kind of growth before. If we take relative low to a high here, we go like that, and we were to project it out from this low right here, just look at that. That'd be first week of February. My bad. It'd be the first week of February that you could be up there. But still, in a very short amount of time, no time at all, you could absolutely be at these targets. And the reason why I'm talking about this so vigorously right now is because I really do think that we're there, guys. I think we're well past there. I think if you look at this thing beyond the metrics that we're looking at it, right, as if it were some kind of move down and then a consolidation phase, and then we're looking to break out of this consolidation phase. If you just look at it all as one big consolidation phase, this next move up, if it's a higher high, we've absolutely broken out of these lower highs, right? If we get a higher high than this, we've absolutely broken out of this lower high trend. There's no other way to cut it at that point, right? So you officially would have broken out of this overall consolidation phase, officially beginning your next move. We forget what a move is because we haven't seen it in so long, but that's a move. This wimpy thing here, that's a move. This thing here, that's a move, right? Something that's going to take you up above 16 bucks, 15 bucks in a very short amount of time is the expectation for BCHG. Okay, so let's move on from there. Let's go on to, I think LTCN is a good one. LTCN, yeah. Let's just see here. Hold up, y'all. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content, and let's just keep going. So 1352 right now, from a high to a low, went all the way up to your 0.5, back down to your 236. You went a little bit below there, and that's okay. Still kind of like BCHG. You're in this downtrend, but it's a little bit different, right? Because you've definitely broken out of your downtrend here. You're more like bleeding out against it, and that happens too. It's like you broke out, you back tested it once, you back tested it twice, maybe if you want to interpret it like that. I don't know. But you definitely do seem to be at the bottom range of this kind of consolidation phase here. I would expect that you bounce. You probably see a nice move coming out of this, and I would expect that similar to BCH, not only that you break out of your range this month in January, but likely going into February you will see higher targets than this price here. So end of January, you're at 1352 now. I think you're on your way up to like 28 bucks, 35 bucks by the end of January. Going into February, you could absolutely be in this $40 to $50 range and beyond. So LTCN looking phenomenal. I like the weekly RSI as well. Higher lows, lower lows. I guess I guess you have a lower low relative to that there. You do have a lower low relative to that there as well. It still doesn't look terrible. It's not a bad thing, right? You can get lower relative lows and still see phenomenal growth, right? And I mean, where you're finding support now, you've found support and resistance before in this thing's history, so I think that it's fine. Is it the 069 of this high to low here? Nope, not quite. What about the daily time frame? Daily time frame, finding support on the oversold zone. Hopefully with that bounce, yeah. Let's look at LTC real quick. I want to look at LTC. Yeah, LTC looks like it's about to rip too. So I think that's your low. LTCN, same thing. I'm gonna just end this part with the same thing that I said for BCHG. I think you've forgotten what it's like to move, right? This is what it's like to move. This is what it's like to move. We haven't seen that since April. You're about to get a taste of that. It's coming, right? Whenever I say that we're going to be at new session highs by sometime in February, or at least around these highs by sometime in February, it might sound like a bad joke, right? It's got a sour taste in your mouth. I get it, but it's real. It's happening. The time is now, guys. We're literally at the precipice right now. And not only that, I suspect Litecoin itself, I mean, it's going to be at new session highs too, breaking out of this range. Who knows what that could catalyze for LTCN? Like I'm talking about being up here, maybe a little bit above here by February. Dude, you could be worth over $100 by February. You really could. Just understand, guys, a lot of people capitulated over the past 3 weeks. A lot of people capitulated. Okay? There's a lot of people who bought the highs, who bought the relative lows, who bought the relative highs here, wherever, and anywhere in between. And for whatever reason, and it wasn't for whatever reason, but it was timing. It wasn't the higher lows that got you, right? It was the boringness, the timing that squeezed these people out, right? Whenever these things see an immaculate move, there's going to be this feeling. There's going to be this like FOMO feeling, right? It's going to hit you in the gut, right? It sucks selling the lows. You already feel like you got hit in the gut, but whenever this thing moves up more, you would think that people would not want to look at the charts, that they would just look away, and that they don't want anything to do. They're just going to quit investing at that point. That's not what happens, right? Whenever you sell down here and you wake up the next week and it's all the way up here now, you FOMO back in. That's that, right? If you were emotional enough to capitulate literally at the worst moment possible, you're the same person who's going to buy the top once it comes in. So yeah, I think you've got a lot of growth to go. It's going to be phenomenal. And all the selling pressure down here, all the capitulators, all they did was they sold to people who have strong hands, which is fuel to the fire. And then once the fire's going, they're going to buy the high, which is more fuel to the fire. So they're adding fuel at 2 key locations, your bottom and your high. So that's my expectations at least. Let's talk about GBAT. Then we'll finish this bad boy up with CYFRF. GBAT here on a weekly basis from a relative high here to a relative low. Hit the 61869 zone. Beautiful move down to the 382. Finding support there. Classic. Finding support in previous areas of resistance and support. I think when it is time for you to move up, which would be sometime this month of January, you'll see targets at about 1940 to 2451. You're at 771 now. So 770, not 771. So likely you do move, I think, up here by the end of January, if not first week of February or somewhere in there. By the end of February, $30 or more, man. I think you could be. Yeah, you might be at $60 by the end of February. But you're looking good. Let me just look at this real quick. Weekly RSI looks good, I think. Daily RSI also looking frisky. Neutral but frisky. More bullish than it is neutral. And then the price on this too, the 123 moving average, looking good, holding support there. I love that. So beautiful, beautiful, good stuff. Okay, definitely confident that GBAT, if it's not at a low point here, or if it hasn't found its low, it's at a low point. It's very near its low. But I'd feel comfortable enough, like if you're looking to buy here, if it dropped, it wouldn't drop much, man. Like it's not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but it looks as though what you've done is you've broken out of this downtrend here. You've broken out of it. You're consolidating, and you're about to rip. So then I think you will rip. Let's look at CYFRF. Monthly time frame here. Yes. High to low. All the way up to your 1618. So you're at $2.04 now. You probably go for that 1618, right? You're finding support there, reaching for. I bet you do a little bit higher. You got some bearish divergence, yeah. You're at $2.04 now. Let's see you at 264. If you can close above 264 on any given week, and then that next week get immediate continuation, you might be moving all the way up to $5.70 or higher. Something between $5.70 and $8 could be your target zone. But if you can't close above 264, likely you will go back below $1. If not, at least back to like $1.50. Okay. But a little bit higher is what I would think for this thing first. A little bit higher, yeah. And I mean, if it's based on Sol, then I would suspect it goes higher. Maybe you don't find resistance here and then go down. What's Sol look like, right? Because it's got to be based on Sol. Okay. Sol's going to move up, so this thing won't move down. So yeah, man, I mean, maybe you're honestly on your way. You're on a path all the way up to like $6, $7, $8. Genuinely. I'm not just saying that, right, to give you like the easy way out and tell you what you want to hear, but like genuinely, if this was anything else, just looking at the fibs, I would expect exactly what I told you. Reject the 1618, come down to the 1272 and then up. Or come down to the 1414 and then up. But because it's Solana, it's Sol Strategies, I'm assuming it's kind of like MSTR is to Bitcoin, this is to Solana maybe, or something like that. Maybe it's a Grayscale trust is right to Solana as this is for Solana. I don't know. If Solana's going up, I would assume that this thing would go up too. So I can't predict that you're going to go here and then reject down while this thing's breaking out to new all-time highs. So the next legible target would be 570 to $8. And that's all I got for you guys. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. It might sound crazy, but it ain't alright. Bye, bye.